Now at 6, we begin the closely watched fate of former Broward Sheriff Scott Israel as state senators weigh in on whether he should get his old job back. Israel's attorney argued that his dismissal by Governor Ron DeSantis was politically motivated.
A special master recommended that Israel be reinstated, but there are many, including families from Parkland, who say the governor's decision was justified. CBS 4's Carrie Cott has been following today's hearing and joins us live from Tallahassee. Carrie.
That's right. And the attorney for former Sheriff Israel has been testifying for a couple of hours now, and he did make that point that you just mentioned. He said if the special master who oversaw Sheriff Israel's Senate trial over the summer determined that he should get his job back, then that means that in the eyes of Israel's attorney that Israel should be returned to his position. Now, of course, the attorney for Governor Ron DeSantis argues the opposite side of that, and now it is up for senators to weigh all this evidence. Former Broward Sheriff Scott Israel should be sheriff again. That's the rationale of Israel's attorney, Ben Cuney.
The failure of the governor to prove the charges requires reinstatement.
He's referring to the report by Dudley Goodlett, a lawyer and former Republican state rep who presided over Israel's Senate trial and determined Israel should be reinstated.
The recommended finding is that the governor has not sustained the burden of proof by a preponderance of the evidence.
Goodlett determined Israel could not be held accountable for the actions of each of his deputies who failed to confront the active shooter.
There were many individual failures.
Cuney said the special master's report is detailed and thorough, shows Israel was not to blame for the Parkland shooting or Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport shooting. He said the accusation that BSO deputies were not properly trained is wrong. Goodlett did admit that deciding Israel's responsibility for Parkland was a tough decision.
It was a very, very close call for me.
It's not a close call for families of the Parkland victims. They do not want Israel reinstated.
As Broward Sheriff Scott Israel was the #1 threat to public safety.
My vote counts.
Several dozen supporters of Israel wore buttons calling him the people's sheriff. They say DeSantis had no right to take their vote away when he removed Israel.
I'm here to say to the Rule Committee and to the Senate, let it be one of my votes to say fire or hire Scott Israel.
George Levesque is representing DeSantis. He said Israel did not properly prepare his deputies.
The law makes him responsible for the acts of his deputies.
And the attorney for Israel pushed back on the idea that the deputies weren't trained. He said the deputies did get training every several years for active shooters. He also said this was purely a political decision by the governor. And he also said that the governor has been doing a lot of lobbying to try to influence the outcome. Right now, some of the public is testifying in front of the Rules Committee. In fact, we can see on a television here in the Capitol that Ryan Petty, whose daughter Elena was murdered at Stoneman Douglas, is testifying right now. We do expect this testimony to last quite some time. The Rules Committee has said they will work until 9 o'clock tonight. Then they are expected to make a recommendation, and then this entire matter will be discussed by the entire Florida Senate on Wednesday. Live in Tallahassee, Carrie Cott, CBS 4 News.
Carrie, thank you. And with the Senate's vote expected on Wednesday, stay with CBS 4 News on air and online for updates and live coverage throughout.